our celebrity guest for this blog installment part. I don't know if anyone else can notice, but she looks a lot like Reese Witherspoon, especially with the glasses on. And she knows bucket loads about Toronto. So I'm going to start her off on, Erin, would you explain to me about the architecture that's behind us?
We're standing outside of OCAD, which is the Ontario College of Art and Design, which has a fabulous rooftop that lights up at night, and it's one of our signature buildings along with the CN Tower and the Royal Ontario Museum.
Yeah.
So it's one of our traditional landscapes, and what used to be the Sky Dome, which is now the Rogers Centre.
Hey, so which building is this, Erin?
So this is the Art Gallery of Ontario, and it has 80,000 permanent pieces of art. One of the most distinguished in North America.
And it's a Frank Gehry, right?
It is, that's right.
And Frank Gehry was Canadian, yeah?
I think he's American, but he lived most of his life in Canada. But he was born in the States. And he also designed a collection of Tiffany jewelry to go along with his building.
So we're in Chinatown now, and Chinatown is a big deal in Toronto. I know there are loads of Chinatowns all over the place. Chinatown's quite a big deal here, and you're about to see why. Because Toronto's like famous for being very multicultural, and the Chinese community was one of the first communities to come over here, and so it's a bit of an epicenter. Let's go have a little wander around and see what's going on.
So we're in Chinatown, and Spadina is the main intersection or main road that Chinatown's on.
And it goes down to the entertainment district, right?
Yeah, Spadina spans all the way up from Bloor, which is sort of the high-end shopping center, all the way down through Chinatown into the fashion district and down to the entertainment district, and eventually down to Queen's Quay, which is our harbourfront area.
So that bus takes you like to all the hot spots of Toronto.
Yeah, it takes you everywhere. Just stay on the bus for an hour.
Where are we right now?
We are in Kensington Market, which is just sort of an outdoor or shopping sprawl in the middle of the city.
And it's a little bit, it looks to me like it's a little bit sort of more informal, a bit trendier than like some of the districts you might find.
Yeah, this is our bohemian part of the city, where you're going to find a mixture of vintage, hand-sewn clothing. There's a lot of organic clothes, and new designers even are mixed in. It's really broad and diverse in terms of what you're going to find. It's really cool.
It's also really interesting that it looks like all the shops are converted houses, or they still look like front rooms.
Yeah, most of them are still occupied by tenants, and I think the market has really strict rules about how long outdoor music can be heard.
Because it's a residential area.
Yeah, it's also a residential area. And the other weird and interesting part is not only does it have this Indo-East trading feel, but then it's just stock full of vintage clothing boutiques too. You'll never see so many 50s prom dresses in your life. Completely authentic, full tulle, full lace. Nobody just made them in the house. Like I don't know where they find these things from.
Just arrived at Queen Street West. Queen Street West, unsurprisingly, is a street, and it's the fashion district, the textile district. It's pretty hip. It's also the place where a lot of Canadian bands kind of launch themselves, because it's got loads of music venues and like local music venues. For example, the one you can see behind me, the Hideout, that's one where a lot of young Canadian bands start out. So let's go and have a little look around.
So now we're in front of Tattoo Rock Parlor. Tattoo Rock Parlor. Tattoo Rock Parlor. Get it? Where if you are not drunk, you can get a tattoo followed by a beer. While
And
everybody
followed
in the
by a
club
gig, right?
stares at you. Yes, followed by a gig. Silver Sun Pickups have played here, USS, I'm trying to think of some other Canadian talent, Metric, lots of bands have started here.
Can you tell me why the Horseshoe Tavern is famous?
Oh man, they've had every band in this tavern, from the Rolling Stones to every band you could think of. This place is a classic piece of Canadian Torontonian artwork, and it's a beautiful spot. The beer is not as expensive as all these other places either.
So, we are standing in the Horseshoe Tavern, and this is the wall of fame.
So we have some band that not that many people know about. Another set of, you know, no-hopers.
Oh, the rodeo, that's... Okay, so this is Queen Street West, and behind me you can see Steve's Music Store, which is apparently it's been here forever, and it's part of the like Toronto music scene. And after having just seen the Horseshoe Tavern, I hope you got a sense of the fact that this area is like music, music. Come and have a look yourselves.